All right, good evening and welcome to this Yoga for Recovery, Resilience, and Realization. My name is Brian and I'm delighted to be here with you today for this class we call Light Awakening or Awakening to the Light. Our focus will be on finding the illumination of the inner light, the divine that lives within us. And we'll do that with a little bit of breath work to get us activated and started up. And then we'll move some movement to move the body and try to stay warm. It's cold where I am. And we'll finish with our twist and then our guided rest. All together, we'll be here about 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes this evening. And so remember, your first guiding principle is support precedes action. So ensure that you have whatever you need to support yourself in your practice, your blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, anything that you need in order to support yourself, have that available, and then take advantage of that availability. Use your supports in your practice. Remembering secondarily that it is your practice. So I will be offering, suggesting, inviting you to do some things. You are only required to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an option. So choose to join in as you feel you are called to. Choose to modify or come out of any posture at any time. Choose to take any alternate posture at any time. Listen to the wisdom of your own body and honor that wisdom by doing what your body is asking for. Do what's right for you. Anytime you get any lost or overactivated, or you find yourself over-efforting, please just stop, reconnect with your breath, reestablish yourself, and come in at your own pace. As always, we'll start by landing, grounding, centering, raising a little gratitude, and setting our intention. So I invite you now to find your way into a posture of support, feeling into the support of whatever part of your body is in contact with something. So whatever your posture looks like, whatever form that takes for you, take a moment now to bring yourself into that. Settle into the posture and then feel into whatever part of your body is in physical connection with something. Maybe you're seated in a chair, your feet are flat on the floor. Maybe you're cross-legged on the mat or on a cushion. Maybe you're up against a wall. Whatever it is whatever part of you that is touching something, feel into that physical sensation. And bring your awareness to that physical sensation of connection as support. What is it like to be supported in this moment? Support precedes action. We find our supports, we root into our supports, we establish ourselves in our support, and then we move from there. So establishing yourself in your support, I invite you to imagine you could root down through those places of contact so that you might lengthen up through the side body, lengthen up through the spine, lengthen up through the crown. Nod the chin up and down, turn the head left and right, feel the release at the back of the neck, feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. And then holding the spine elongated and aligned, I invite you to turn your awareness to your breathing. Find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages and begin to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Following your inhale into your body, wherever it may go. Without any stress or strain, there's no extra effort here. There's nowhere to get to. We're already here. Just breathe in fully and breathe out completely. And continue to hold your awareness on your breath. Notice how the inhale appears just as it is needed. There's nothing we have to do. We are worthy, and the breath is gifted to us. Receive the breath. And then on the exhale, feel free to release it entirely. Let go of it. Don't hold on to it. There's no need to release and let everything go. Find freedom. Trusting the next breath to arrive. Releasing that breath. Feeling what it is to be alive and to be breathing in this moment. knowing that you're breathing. And on your next inhale, I invite you, if you choose, to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. And in your heart space, allow to arise any one thing for which you are grateful. A sense of gratitude, perhaps for you today, maybe just the possibility of gratitude. And whatever it is that arises when gratitude is called forth, I invite you to see that clearly in your mind's eye and to anchor your gratitude in your heart space and hold it there for the duration of your practice this evening. And then finally, if you choose this evening, I invite you to set an intention for your practice, perhaps a simple intention to just be right there with each inhale, or to just keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space. And whatever your intention is, I invite you now to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And then listening for the echoes of your intention, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention as I say Namo, Namaste. And then release your hands, lift your chin. Reestablish your posture, your supports, settle in. We're going to begin with a breathing practice. We're going to begin to breathe. We're going to do 3 versions of an alternate nostril breath. We'll breathe in through the left nostril and out through the right for 1 minute. Then we'll breathe in through the right nostril and out through the left for 1 minute. And then we will put those together and we will do a full round of in, left, out, right, in, right, out, left. And we'll do that for 1 minute, maybe 2 if I feel it. So we'll see how that goes. Now, remember, in the breath practice, your body is very still. Your awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. You're just bringing your mental awareness to the breath. Unless you want to use a hand mudra to physically block your off nostril, that's absolutely okay. But we're just bringing mental awareness to the nostrils. And the focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or just beyond the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed. And we're just calm and steady and focused on the breath and moving within our own body. So you'll find your own rhythm to this, which may be different than mine. So let's take a cleansing breath to prepare. Full inhale. And that's a complete exhale. Sigh it out, let it go. Woo. Establish your posture and then bring your awareness to your left nostril. Begin to breathe in through your left nostril. Switching at the top, breathe out through the right. In through the left. Out through the right. Settle in and find your own rhythm to this. Be in your own practice. In, left, out, right. Take a full inhale through the left nostril. Gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl, and at the heart, relaxing the shoulders, tucking the chin. Be very still for a moment. And then release your lift, release your breath. Bring your awareness to your right nostril. Begin to breathe in through the right and out through the left. Again, finding your own rhythm. It doesn't have to be the same rhythm. It may be different on this side. In right, out left. finding your rhythm and your pace for your breath in your practice. In right, out left. Take a full inhalation through your right nostril. Gently retain this breath. Engage your root lock. Lift at the base of the spine and the pelvic bowl. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin. Be very still. Notice what shifted for you. Be in your own experience. As you are ready, release your locks, release your breath. Now we're going to put that together in a sequence. Inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling right, exhaling left. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Exhale, bring your awareness to your left nostril. Inhale through the left. Switch your awareness and exhale right. Inhale through the right. Switch your awareness and exhale left. Continue that pattern. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Switching on the exhales. Inhale right. Finding your rhythm. On your next inhale through the right nostril. Exhale through the left. Release the pattern. Inhale through both nostrils. Gently retain this breath while engaging your root lock. Relaxing the shoulders, engage your chin lock. Be very still. As you are ready, release your locks, release your breath. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. So we have one more breath here. So if you want to change your switch, your crisscross, maybe realign yourself to support yourself, we're going to do one more breath here. Little different breath here. So we're going to get a little arm movement going here. So we're going to alternate the arms on the inhale. So we'll inhale through the nose as you bring your right arm out and up and over across the top of your head, extending the fingers long in the opposite direction. So arcing the right arm over the head on the inhale through the nostrils. On the exhale, you're going to breathe out through the mouth and bring the arm back around in that, reverse that arc and make a fist and then clench that fist right in front of your hip, girl. So I'll look like this. And then next breath will be the left arm. Inhaling, extending the arc over the head, extending the fingers, exhale through the mouth. Maybe use a little diaphragm action there. It's up to you. And we'll just work our way into it. We're just going to be here for a minute. Don't overthink it. So find yourself in your supported posture. Lengthen through the spine. Take a cleansing breath. Full inhale. And a complete exhale. And begin. Inhale, right arm out and up through the nostrils. Exhale. Make that fist as you bring the arm back. Inhale, left. Exhale. Vigorous breath here. Inhaling right. Exhaling right. Inhale, left arm. Left arm. Inhale, nostrils. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nostrils. Exhale, mouth. You've got this. Find your rhythm, your breath, your pace in your practice. Fully engaged here, but calm and steady and focused on the breath and moving within our own bodies. On your next time with the left hand, release the pattern. Take a full inhale. Gently retain this breath. Lift at the base of the spine, the pelvic ball, root lock. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin, chin lock. Be very still. Just let yourself settle here and notice how your energy may have shifted from the time we started this class just a few short minutes ago. As you are ready, release your locks, release the breath, lengthen the spine, take a full inhale. A complete exhale, let everything go, just settle in, release any shaping, just let the breath come and go. Be still for a moment. Now, if you're like me, that could almost be your practice. If you really enjoy your breath work, a little bit of breath work goes a long way. But we're going to move the body. It's cold here where I live, so I want to move the body a little bit, generate a little warmth. So I invite you on your next inhale. Take a full inhalation. And then as you exhale, bring yourself to your mat. Let's start today. Let's start on our backs today. Let's be gentle with our waking up. Even though it's late in the day for some of us, we're going to go ahead and allow ourselves to come down onto our back. Let the heels go long, the back of the legs on the mat. Toes come to the ceiling. Take the arms overhead. Let the fingertips fall away, palms up. Hook the thumbs. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just hook your thumbs and then just lengthen through the fingertips. And then press through the heels and let the toes dorsiflex back toward the nose so the heels are getting long. And then as you inhale, just lengthen here. Feel that length along the backside of the body. Full inhale, like a big good morning stretch. Heels pressing, toes flexing, fingers getting long. Full inhale. Exhale, let the toes fall back to neutral. Switch the interlock of the thumb. On your inhale, get long, and this time press the toes away from the face. Continue to get long through the fingers, and maybe you feel this more along the top of the leg, the top of the body. Maybe not. Just notice what your own feeling is as you make that big, long stretch here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. And then grasp your right wrist with your left thumb and forefinger. Cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Get long through the fingertips and the heels, and then move your legs to the lower left corner of your mat. Move your arms to the upper left corner of your mat, opening up the right side body here, feeling into that stretch. No overdoing it. Just breathe in here, full inhale, and complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Switch, take the ankles off, switch across the right ankle over the left, switch, take the left wrist with the right thumb and forefinger. Inhale, get long to the heels and the fingers, and then take your feet towards the right corner, lower right corner of your mat, your hands toward the upper right corner of your mat, opening up the left side body here. Breathe in, full inhale, and complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Release the heels and toes together. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms down. Take a breath. Now establish your support here. If you would like additional support, you can bring your thumbs underneath the sits bones. That's the pointy bones at the base of the hip girdle. If you even want more support than that, you can bring the back of your palms underneath your SI joint. That's the top of your buttocks. Just feel into what support you would like to have as we begin to bring our legs up toward the ceiling, pressing the heels, flexing the toes back toward the face. We're going to do scissor kicks here. So we'll do one leg at a time here. So you press through the right heel and let the left leg lower on the exhale. On the inhale, you bring the left leg up and press the left heel toward the ceiling, and exhale the right leg down. And then continue inhaling up, exhaling down. Now, if you find this not giving you the necessary challenge that you want, you're invited and supported in your practice of using both legs at the same time. Inhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. Up to you here. Or maybe you're alternating that. You want to get a little rhythm going here, but you're feeling into this just gentle waking up the body here. It's a wonderful wake up posture. And just do a couple more. No need to overdo anything here. Use your supports as you need to be in your practice. All right. One more here, wherever you are, whichever way you are doing it. Inhale up. And then just exhale. Let the knees fall back toward the face. Reach up and grab just below the knees and squeeze. Maybe you feel your lower back roll up a little bit as you bring the knees into the chest. Maybe you go a little side to side, ensuring there's no tension there in your lower back. And then we're going to extend. We're going to piston the legs here. So we're going to bring the hands down again next to the hips. And again, you can be underneath your sits bones or underneath your SI joint. Shoulders are relaxed. Crown is long. Inhale, the left leg will go long. Maybe just hovering over the mat. Maybe a little bit up the wall for more support. Maybe even overhead. You'll feel the more support there. The more spinal support you need, the higher you take the leg. And then switch with the breath. Press the right leg out. Bring the left knee in. And then move with your breath. Calm, steady, focused on the breath, moving within your own body. Now, if you're an overachiever and you want a little bit more, you have many options here. You can lift the shoulders in the back of the head. You can bring the hands up lightly behind the head. You can take the arms long and move the arms in conjunction with the legs. Or you could just be supported on the mat and gently warming up. Depends how it is for you. It's very cold here in South Carolina. We're not used to these below freezing temperatures. So any of this will definitely get your fire going, fire in the belly, using that navel center, generate a little heat there in Manipura, the third chakra, the kiln of the body where we roast and toast ourselves. A couple more here. And then extend both legs long, point the toes away. And exhale, lower the heels, let the toes fall open, turn your palms up, take a deep breath into the belly. And then sigh it out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Roll to your belly either direction. Work the backside of the body a little bit here. Bring your hands down by your hips. Palms up initially. Take the tops of the feet to the mat. Press the tops of the feet away from you. And then turn the palms down. Bring your chin, nose, or forehead to the mat. And then as you inhale, just lengthen. And notice as you lengthen through the crown, you may feel the shoulders come up. Maybe the heart comes forward. A little supported locust here, just gentle. Just feeling into this, engaging a little backside body here. Holding the posture, but not the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice how if you press the tops of the feet into the mat, the knees engage and lift. Maybe you get a little more length. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Lower down. Let your left cheek and ear come to the mat. Turn your palms up. Let your heels fall open. Take a moment to breathe deep into the belly. Now notice you're on your belly, so the diaphragm has some pressure against it. So you have to breathe deep. May take a little effort to actually get the belly to rise, but you'll feel that belly rise. A little rocking motion here. Now let's bring the hands, let's bring the nose, chin, or forehead back to the mat. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press into the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Drop the shoulders down. Bring the elbows toward the hips. Lengthen through the crown. As you do that, you'll notice the shoulders may come up a little bit. The heart may come forward a little bit. The crown may come high. Press into the tops of the feet. Take the feet away from you. Lengthen. This is your little baby cobra posture here. Low cobra. Maybe a little pressure in the fingertips. Maybe not. Maybe pick up your hands and feel the engagement, and then just use your hands for some light support. Breathing here, breathe in. Holding the posture, but not the breath. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Lower down. Let your right cheek and ear come to the mat. Let your hands come down by your hips, palms up. Let your heels fall open to take a breath. And sigh out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Bring your heels back together. Bring your nose, chin, or forehead to the mat. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Drop your elbows. And then press yourself up to your tabletop. So your knees are underneath the hips. Hands are underneath the shoulders, maybe just a little in front if you need a little more space there to lengthen the spine. We're going to do some spinal movement here, flexion and inflection. So on the inhale, we'll arch the lower spine and let the heart and crown come forward. Hips will rise high behind us, and on the exhale, we'll round the spine. The hips will roll under. Chin will come toward the chest. The biceps will frame the ears. The spine is arching around. On the inhale, arch and lift. On the exhale, round and release. Find your rhythm. Maybe you feel into a little bit of energetic movement here. Getting that spine woken up, and that spine moving a little bit. Maybe you're just moving gently at your own pace. Just a couple more. And on your inhale, come back to neutral, get long. And then on your exhale, let's take a moment just to press the hips back toward the heels, finding an extended child's pose and releasing. Take a full inhale here. Let the hips drop toward the heels. Let the forehead drop toward the mat. Exhale here. All right. All right, gentle movement here. On the inhale, just bring the torso forward, maybe out over the hands with the shoulders, maybe lifting the crown. And on the exhale, we press back into our extended child's pose. We're just moving the body forward and back. And just find your rhythm and your pace and your breath and your practice. Couple more here. Inhale back to table. Exhale, curl the toes. Take a moment to take a breath in this posture. Press into the ball of the foot and back through the heel. Notice how that takes the torso back and up, maybe makes the knees light. Now press into the fingertips and the heel of the palm, get long through the shoulders, and maybe feel the knees rise. And then continue to press until you're into a plank. Find your plank posture. Check your positioning here. Now, we're going to do our famous mountain climber here, this challenging posture. So remember to modify as you need to, stop as you need to. But basically, on your inhale, you're going to bring the right knee to the right elbow. Exhale, right knee will step back, right foot will step back. And then opposite side, left knee, left elbow. And then left foot steps back. So with the breath. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, and your practice. Woo-wee! One more here. Drop the knees, press the hips back toward the heels, and then bring your hands back by your feet, palms up. Full expression of child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. All right, on the inhale, take the hands forward. Come forward into your table. On your exhale, curl the toes. Press into the hands, lift the knees. And then this time, lift the hips towards the ceiling and then toward the wall behind you. Let your crown fall toward the mat. Press your chest and stomach back toward the thighs. And then let the heels drop toward the bottom of your mat, coming into your downward dog. Take a moment here to breathe into down dog. Checking in with your gratitude, checking in with your intention. Check your spacing here. Inhale to a plank. And then if you feel like you need to make slight adjustments to your hand and feet position to be stable in plank, now you're at your posture. And then exhale, press the hips up and back, come into downward dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Look up between the hands. On your exhale, just walk your feet gently between your hands, coming into your forward fold. First forward fold. Outside edges of the feet parallel with the outside of the mat. Hands are on your shins for support, maybe your ankles, maybe a block. Maybe you grab opposite elbow for bracing and support in front of or behind the legs. Lifting the hips up and back, releasing the crown down, bringing the forehead in. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Release the hands if you're holding something. And then bring your hands to your shins. Brace them against the palm. Brace the palms against the shins. On your inhale, straighten the arms to help support the back, coming flat, parallel to the mat. Breathe in behind the heart. And then on your exhale, release the head, release the hands. Find your lower spine and bring your awareness to the lowest vertebra in your spine, and then slowly begin to roll upright, one vertebra at a time, saving the head and neck for last. As the torso comes upright, the shoulders will roll up and down, palms will come forward, the crown will go high, the chin will come parallel to the mat, and now you're standing on your own 2 feet in our mountain pose. Check in with your gratitude, check in with your intention. On your legs, inhale, take your arms up, biceps frame the ears, extend the fingers long toward the ceiling. And then exhale, release the hands to prayer at the chest. Press the palms, drop the shoulders down, breathe in. Maybe pick up your toes, feel your supports in your feet, and then place the toes down, feel that additional support there. Mountain posture, standing on your own 2 feet, having your own back. Inhale here. Exhale, keep your hands at prayer or maybe take them to your waist if you want a little more support. And then pick up your right heel and just step your right foot back about 2/3 of the mat. So not as deep as you were going into a warrior, a little tighter than that. You want to feel both feet. So you want to feel the back of the right heel has the same amount of pressure and support as the ball of the left foot. And then you're balanced and steady in your feet, right? So we're moving into our pyramid posture, which is a forward fold stretch, right? So find the balance in your feet. Support precedes action. And then from here, you can bring your hands to prayer at the chest, and then inhale forward. Now, if you need additional support, keep your hands on your hips. Feel your hips moving back, even though they're not really moving back. It'll feel like they're moving back as you extend parallel over that left leg initially. Parallel to the mat, breathe in here. And then release your left hands to your thigh, to your shin, to your ankle, to a block, finding support here. Stay long on the inhale through the crown, get long, press back through the hips, and then on the exhale, go ahead and release that forehead toward the left knee. Now, if you need a little more stability, you take your feet a little wider. You're not on a balance beam or a tightrope here. There's, hip width apart or wider if you need. And you're releasing your forehead toward your left knee, pressing back through the right foot, down through the left foot. Now you find a little balance, maybe you can pick up your hands. Maybe you can bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, maybe extend up through the shoulders, lifting the hands toward the ceiling, maybe not. All that is not necessary. Maybe just take your hands out towards your foot. We're try to keep our balance in our legs here. Breathing deep, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Wherever your hands are, bring them to the shin or to the ankle or to the thigh, and then inhale, brace yourself flat back, lengthen through the crown. And then exhale, come all the way upright. And then just simply rotate your toes so that you're facing in the opposite direction on your mat. Now your right foot is out in front. Left foot is back. Find your balance in your feet, and maybe a little different on this side. Maybe you need a little more width. Maybe you need a little more length. Whatever you need. Hands to prayer at the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward, parallel to the mat. Breathe in. And then exhale, fold forward, releasing your hands where they need to be, bringing your forehead toward your right knee. Establishing back through that left heel, lengthening. Legs are straight, but not locked. Never a lock. Remember, a lock is a block. We don't want any blocks. We want energy to flow. We're moving within our own body. Even in the static postures, we're calm, steady, and moving within our own body. Focused on our breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Wherever your arms are, release them long. On your inhale, bring your hands to your shin, to your ankle, your thigh. Support yourself as you come to a flat back. Inhale here. And then exhale, come all the way back upright. Release the hands. And then turn your toes off the long side of the mat, and we'll fall into our wide-legged forward fold. So take your feet out wider than your shoulders. Turn the toes in slightly so that you can feel the weight balanced in the full length of the foot. So we're pressing into the outside of the foot. Hands to prayer to the waist. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward. Press the hips back. Come parallel to the mat. Breathe in, get long. And then exhale, just release your crown toward the mat. Release your hands underneath your face. Take a moment here. Now as you release lower, you may feel you can widen your feet a little bit, maybe not. Maybe you come a little down. Maybe use your block or a bolster to support your hands here. And maybe your hands don't reach the floor. You can always bring them to your ankles or to your shins, or maybe even a yogi toe locks. Nice supported posture there, if you want to do that. Breathing here as you fold forward, bringing your crown toward the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Wow, look at the time. Time flies when you're having fun. Inhale, crown long through the crown. And then exhale, bring your hands to your waist and slowly come back upright. Heel toe your feet in underneath your body. We're going to do a little dynamic squats here. So your feet are maybe just outside the hip distance, toes slightly out for support, hands out from the shoulder, palms down. Imagine there's an imaginary wall behind your head, your shoulders, and your hips, and you're just sliding down that wall as you exhale, bringing your hips down into your squat toward your heels. Now, your squat is your squat. Your squat is to the place where your heels begin to come off the mat. That might just be a couple of inches, and that's okay. That's your squat. And if that's your squat, you're just doing your squat. Where your heels start to come up, we lose our supports. So we want to keep our supports. Inhale, exhale as you come down. And if you come all the way down, that's fine. If not, just go to where you are and inhale, come up. I'm just going to do a couple of these. Find your rhythm and your pace and your breath and your practice. Now, this will be our last dynamic movement. So go ahead and give it your all if you like. Remembering to be calm and steady and focused on your breath and moving within your own body. So if you think about it, we did sort of our bicycling of the legs, pistoning of the legs while we were on our back. And now we're sort of doing the reverse of that, supported posture, moving the torso, supported on the feet. I don't know, 5 or 6 more minutes? What do you think? You got this. 1 or 2 more here. Inhale up, release the hands, bring the feet underneath the body. Let the palms turn forward. Take a full inhale here, mountain posture. And a complete exhale. And then, as you are ready, make your way down onto your back on your mat. For our twist, we're going to do a simple twist here today. So, legs are long, toes are open, palms are up. Breathe into the belly. Take a full inhale. Deep into the belly. And a complete exhale. Let everything settle in. And maybe one more cleansing breath. Full inhale. And complete exhale. And we're just going to do a simple twist here. So, bring the heels toward the hips, the knees toward the ceiling. And then lift the shins parallel with the mat, the knees over the hips. And then take the arms, well, no, let's not take the arms out 60 to 90 degrees to create a little space. Now, bring your left hand gently to the outside of your right thigh, and you're not pushing, you're guiding or supporting, and you're trying to keep the knees together here. Inhale here, get long through the crown. Exhale, let both knees fall over to the left. Only to the place where your knee, I'm sorry, I can talk. Only to the place where your knees begin to come apart. If you need a block underneath your leg, if your knees don't reach the floor, you want a block to support, do that. Maybe look over your right shoulder. You may find that that releases any tension in the neck. And you're just breathing here as you open up across the front of the body and deep into that back right hip. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale here. And exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, slowly bring the knees back to center. Take the left hand out. Get long through the crown. And then take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. And then support your knees as they fall over to the right. Keeping the knees together. Supporting the knees as you need to. Maybe releasing the neck by looking over the left shoulder. The left shoulder is down and relaxed. Knees are pressing toward each other and away from the face. Opening across the front of the body and deep into the back left hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. A complete exhale. And inhale, the knees come back to center. Arms go wide, and then bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees a little tight. Maybe rock a little side to side. Release any tension in the back of the hip girdle. And then bring your forehead and nose toward your knees. Squeeze the knees a little tighter. Maybe your hands go to your feet or your ankles, maybe not. Breathe in here, full inhale. Bring your nose a little closer to the knees. Squeeze. 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 And then release. Legs go long. Toes fall open. Heels move as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Palms come down by your hips, palms up. Crown gets long. And as you settle into this supported posture for rest, take a moment to avail yourself of any additional supports you may wish in this particular posture. Maybe you have an eye cloth, wonderful thing to have. Maybe you have a blanket or a shawl, wonderful thing to have. Maybe you have a bolster for your knees, wonderful thing to have. Anything that might provide you with maybe 1% more support, go ahead and avail yourself of that so that you can be fully supported in your resting posture. Now, your rest posture is an important posture. We move into stillness. Famous teacher once said, in order to discover the truth of who we are. So find a supported posture and come into stillness. Release any shaping of the of the breath, any shaping of the body, any shaping of the mind. Release any thought processes, any analysis of the practice. Obviously, release any competition and certainly any condemnation and any conversation. Just be for a moment, just let go. Focus on the support that's available to the entire backside of your body. Feel yourself being held, maybe even hugged here by gravity. Focus on the release of any dynamic tension that may have arisen as we move through some of those postures in the practice. Feel into what it is like to absolutely let go for a moment, to just be on your mat, just as you are in this moment. The essence of yoga, the essence of life, the essence of truth is to be just as we are in this moment without any pushing away, aversion, any clinging to attachment. Accepting the moment as it is, accepting ourselves in the moment as we are, being the moment, this moment right now, and allowing ourselves to heal, to feel, to be in silence for the next couple of minutes. And if perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing, and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhalation. And as you exhale, I invite you to just begin to reconnect with your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers and rotating your ankles and your wrists. Continuing your reawakening and reacclimating, maybe you want to Repeat that good morning stretch, extending the arms, hooking the fingers, pressing the heels or toes away. Maybe you want to bring your soles of your feet together and rub your soles of your feet together. Maybe you want to rub the palms together, just reawakening and reconnecting to your body, reestablishing yourself. And then just continue that until you are ready, and only when you are ready and are prepared for yourself to be upright again, and then make your way back to your seated posture, whatever way is most supportive for you. Reestablishing your physical sensation of connection, your support, re-lengthening and elongating the spine, reconnecting with your breath. And as you find your way back into that supported seat, once again, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful. And take a moment to witness yourself there, just seated in gratitude, acknowledging yourself seated, and now acknowledging your supported posture, acknowledging your gratitude. And as you witness yourself in gratitude in your space, I will take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I invite you to stay here in grateful witness for as long as you like. And when you do finally rise, please, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.